then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. Today we kick off the new year with an NFC North matchup between the Green Bay Packers and the Minnesota Vikings. Greg Joseph now ready to get this one started, and we are underway from Minneapolis. And no run back on this one, so the new season will begin at the 25-yard line.
Bro, I gotta do my roster, bro. Come on, man. This nigga, hell, you couldn't wait till I finish my roster, my nigga? God damn. I hear you, bro. Like, how I got people hurt? Like, that ain't making no sense. Like, what the fuck? Oh, my God. This shit crazy. Come on, man. Let's go. Come on. Fuck it.
Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be second down. The Vikings here hosting Green Bay in the season opener. And they've got one of those quirks in the schedule that is going to work in their favor. They play all 3 of their division home games in the first 5 weeks of the year. After Green Bay today, they'll host Detroit in week 3 and then Chicago in week 5. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Here's Rodgers to throw. And able to fall down on Lazard. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Rodgers teaming up with Lazard there for a Packer first down.
Well, partner, that's the start that you want right there. And you know he spent the entire offseason throwing hundreds, I'd probably say thousands of passes, getting ready for that moment. The first throw of the new season. He's dreamed about it, thought about it, and now it's out of the way.
Yeah, 1 for 1. A lot more to go. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
A gain of 16 yards. It's hard to believe as he gets that first down, but Sammy Watkins is in his 9th NFL season, and he still hasn't even turned 30 yet. Plenty of tread left on the tires to be a contributor, like he has been with 4 teams over his first 8 years. And
now Jones is hit. He lost the football, and the Vikings pick up the football. across the 20. And they're going to bring this one back. It's a fumble return, a scoop and score for the Vikings. So this defense clicking early in the year, week 1, the return for a touchdown.
The organization made a concerted effort in the offseason to improve this defense. I have to say they like the early returns.
Greg Joseph on for the extra point. And he's 1 for 1 on the new year as his kick is good. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And, Charles, nothing like squaring off with a division opponent, a division rival in week 1. Do you like that they are matching up this early, or would you prefer a game like this be a few weeks down the road?
I actually like the early matchup for a few reasons, Brandon. First of all, it allows you to see that in the entire offseason and know, hey, right out of the gate, we're playing a division game. Second part is it spreads them out a little bit. If you just have them all bunched up at the end of the year, that's not as much fun watching teams try to survive that gauntlet when you do have injuries down the stretch. And last but not least, let's face it, we're TV people. What a great game to sell right out of the gate.
They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they moved the ball okay here in these first 2 drives, but this one's going to again amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded at the 33. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and it will be Vikings ball 1st and 10. They start the drive with Cook to about the 40-yard line. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw, Newton. That's caught by the tight end, Irv Smith Jr. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And a good job of finding the open space to run as he's down close to the 30 here. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They run again on 1st down. Cook And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone. So back-to-back big runs, picking apart this defense on the opening drive.
I thought this was a passing league. I thought this was the era we were in where the ball was always in the air, right?
They didn't get the memo.
They didn't get the memo, and I know this to be true. Offensive linemen still, to this day, they want to run the football. They want to fire out and hit people across the line of scrimmage, and they're clearing space.
In need of only about the length of the football here on second down. They pitch it out to Cook, and he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed. You were telling me this yesterday. That's exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the touchdown, Vikings! Johnny Mudd, a 20-yard touchdown. And the Vikings go up by 2 touchdowns. Joseph on for the extra point. And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on first down. To throw, it's Rodgers. And this one is incomplete. He took a shot there, but boy, was that ill-advised from my viewpoint. Coverage was awfully tight. How did he get away with that one not being picked off?
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. A throw complete to the tight end, Tunyon. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. Here's Rodgers. That one into the hands of Watkins downfield. Now he's loose down the middle of the field. And it's a Packers touchdown. Sammy Watkins, 61 yards. And the Packers are back within a score. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over, this game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. It usually meant that thing's done.
Well, now that they got the touchdown, it's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Kene Nwagu now out of his end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And they got to be pleased with this. He brings it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Now that's the kind of return you're looking for. To get to that spot on the field, that allows you to do a lot of things on offense.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season. And they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Here's Newton. Open here, Adam Thielen. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, it's Newton. Open man, once again, it's Thielen. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Getting the ball is Cook running left. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
They run the counter with Cook. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The previous run good for 9. Here's second and a yard. And that'll be incomplete.
Come on, man. You gonna run your little glitch plays the whole game? You know these niggas trash and this nigga. Come on, man. You ain't got shit but running the ball with your glitch play. That's all you got, bro. I ain't tripping because I know how to stop the shit. I know that's all you want to do. I just did. I know it's coming again. That's all you got. You can't do nothing else. You ain't got nothing else. Hey, I'll do the same thing. You probably use what you got.
Now Newton.
You ain't got nothing but your glitch plays. They gave you a fucking fumble. They gave you that. You weren't even supposed to stole.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points no matter
they
what.
Gave you that shit.
You're thinking kicking a field goal and getting
14 points you got. 14 points you got. You ain't supposed to have.
Remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7 forthcoming.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On second and 7, Rodgers. That is caught. It's the tight end, Tunyon. And he's dropped just shy of the 25 at the 24. Now a first down carry by Jones. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. After the pickup of 5, here's second and 5. To throw is Rodgers.
Damn, press the wrong button. Good deep. Press the wrong button. That's good deep. I pressed the wrong button though. I looked at the running back. I meant to throw it to him and press the wrong button. That's good deep.
That's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does.
Oh yeah.
This is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
Now following the interception, here's Newton. And he's got this to Jefferson. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here. And before you know it, they're already looking at first and goal.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter. 14-7. They'll run with Cook. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal. Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say. Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On second and goal, Newton. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Cam Newton. He has career touchdown number 78, tying in with both Eddie George and Frank Gifford on the all-time list. And they're able to add on to their advantage. Joseph connects on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 21.
The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. Well, still early in this one, Charles, but the last time this offense was out there, they threw their first interception of the ball game, so trying to avoid repeating that mistake here on this drive.
And to put a positive spin on it, at least it happened in the first half and not in a close game in the fourth quarter, but you're absolutely right, partner. One of the last things this offensive quarterback wants to witness again in this game.
Kind of an obvious question, Charles, but anything you try to avoid after your first pick, or you say it's one interception, we're still in the first half, I'm about to do the same thing?
I think you want to avoid playing scared, and put it into the mind of the quarterback that you've lost confidence in him. Make sure you get some throws that he's going to be able to complete, make him feel good about himself, and continue to run your offense. That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Rodgers. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. There's Darius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
Well, that's what they have to do more of defensively, not just getting sacks, but have to keep getting in his face, not let him get his feet set and deliver. He's been carving them up previously.
Yeah, already has a couple of touchdown passes. About time they put a few grass stains on that jersey. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Going for the deep ball. And unable to connect, incomplete. They give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 17. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Nwangu now from his end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Starting the 3rd quarter with Cook. Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. Well, let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3-3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Now it's Newton. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
They certainly thought he had an open book beyond the 1st down marker to his receiver, but they just couldn't connect, and that will send them back to the drawing board.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on 2nd down. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Those don't know how to stop this shit, bro. Everything nigga glitch can be stopped.
It's a pick 6 and a Packer touchdown. So that potentially a turning point here this 3rd quarter. A 2-score lead down to 1 now following the pick 6.
And that had to be the message at halftime for this defense. Delivered and accepted. We need to go out there and make something happen.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Nwangu now from his end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Coming off the pick 6, it's Newton. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Successful start to the drive, 17 yards, and moves the sticks.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Now Newton on 1st down. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And the Packers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. Rodgers will break the huddle and bring the Pack up 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Meanwhile, Rodgers' throw brought in by Watson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And on the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks. Throwing is Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. Throwing now is Rodgers. This one swung out here to Jones. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 13 yards, 1st down Packers.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense. Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable. And that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
The first down line at the 34 here on third down. Rodgers to throw once more. And that will be incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, what, 9.9 times out of 10? Just missed that one.
They'll go for it. It's Rodgers. Got a man. It's Tunyon. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
When you have a guy who has mobility, bootlegging him out of the pocket is often a big-time call, especially on a fourth-down play. It gives him a run-pass option.
Yeah, but it's also gutsy, right, because you're exposing your quarterback quite a bit.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that one at all, because on the bootleg, you've got to hope that the defensive ends or outside linebackers take the fake. If they don't, they're often right in the touchdown.
Robert Tunyon, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Packers are an extra point away from evening this one up. Crosby connects on the extra point, and we are tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21-all the score as the kick's away. And a short kick taken at about the 16. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They'll need to regroup after the costly interception last time. It led to a tying touchdown. 21-all is where we stand, and they've got it 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. He couldn't get away. He'll wind up losing a dozen yards, a 12-yard loss, and it brings up 3rd. Third and long, it's Newton. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow him to convert a 3rd and 18. Left side, Cook. That was all Preston Smith. Navigating into the backfield, he gets the tackle for loss.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 40-yard line.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. the chain, 2nd and 12. Newton now to throw. And this is going to be intercepted. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over here up near the 40. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision could get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes your receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball. And that one was picked off.
It's a gain of 10. And the Packers
on first down, Rodgers. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. A penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. Well, some good games around the league here early in week 1, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37, gain of 9.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. A potential field goal, if you're thinking about that, almost 55 yards from here as they try to get closer on 3rd down. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. They're able to convert with a gain of 4. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Rodgers going to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. That's a gain of 4 as we slip inside of 4 minutes left in regulation. Under 4 to go now as they come up on 2nd down. Here's Rodgers to throw. Looking for Tunyon on the crosser, and he's got it complete. That one goes for 24 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Now Jones. And he's going to get him about 3 yards closer. He's down to about the 2.
But that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Jones again, but he will lose yardage here as they knock him back to the 3. The tally there, minus 2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Rodgers now on 3rd and goal. Being chased out left. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Aaron Rodgers with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Packers have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Crosby with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Crosby to kick it away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right,
throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here, and sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Newton now to throw. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Adrian Amos with a pick. And the Packers are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
Finding room at midfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. To throw is Rodgers. Nothing open.
I gave you one interception. You won't get another one.
No sense risking anything there on 1st down. Even though he's still in the pocket, he had a receiver out to his side, so just put that in the spot. With
That first one, I pressed the wrong button. I'm going to give you another one.
And the coaches. Well done.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Rodgers.
There's no way he made that play. With freeform 4, there's no way he made that play. No way. That's terrible. That's terrible.
A seismic shift in momentum here in the 4th quarter. That's the break that the defense needed.
That's terrible.
As well as I do, people are going to question the play call in that situation. Sometimes you have to question the execution, not necessarily.
I see him open.
In this case, those defenders found a way to give their team a chance.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Throwing is Newton. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. But we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Newton. And that is incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Desperation time. Newton, 4th down. And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. Rasul Douglas picks it, and the Packers have just about sewn up this football game. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And this game not quite in hand yet. We'll likely see all 3 timeouts defensively and then reassess where we are. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
I think he had to load that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 50 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw, Rodgers. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack. Well, remember, they had the nice gain on the previous play, but they just gave a lot of it back right there on that sack.
Yeah, they get the sack. get back some real estate. Felt like the type of play that could spark a defense and swing some momentum. Almost felt like a take that type of a play, didn't it, partner?
Now, this was not